Have you ever heard of a saint who hung her cloak on a sunbeam? It sounds like something from a fairy tale, doesn't it? But this is just one of the many incredible stories about St Brigid of Kildare, one of Ireland's most beloved patron saints. Her feast day, February 1st, even marks the beginning of spring in Ireland. So, who was this remarkable woman, often called Mary of the Gaels? Born around 451 AD, Brigid's life story is a fascinating blend of history and legend. Her father was a pagan chieftain, and her mother was a Christian slave. From a very young age, Brigid showed extraordinary compassion and generosity. One famous story tells of how she gave away her mother's entire store of butter to the poor. When her mother returned, worried and upset, Brigid prayed, and miraculously, the butter was fully replenished. This was an early sign of the many wonders that would follow her. As she grew up, Brigid felt a strong calling to a religious life, despite her father's plans for her to marry a wealthy nobleman. She was determined to serve God and the poor. Legend has it that she prayed for her beauty to be taken away, so no one would want to marry her, and her prayer was answered. Only after she took her vows as a nun did her beauty return, more radiant than before. Brigid went on to found a monastery in Kildare, which means Church of the Oak. The site was special, centered around an ancient oak tree that was sacred to the pagans. By choosing this spot, Brigid cleverly bridged the gap between the old pagan traditions and the new Christian faith. Her monastery was unique because it was a double monastery, housing both monks and nuns. It became a renowned center for learning, spirituality, and art, famous for its incredible illuminated manuscripts, including the legendary, now lost, Book of Kildare. Perhaps the most famous story about Brigid is the one about her cloak. She went to the King of Leinster to ask for land to build her monastery. The king, being a bit stingy, mockingly said he would give her as much land as her cloak could cover. Brigid, with unwavering faith, laid her small cloak on the ground. She then asked her 4 companions to each take a corner and walk in opposite directions. Miraculously, the cloak began to stretch and stretch, covering acre after acre of lush green land. The astonished king, seeing this miracle, not only granted her the land, but also became a devout Christian and a patron of her monastery. St. Brigid is also associated with a special cross, the St. Brigid's cross. Traditionally made from rushes or straw, it has a unique forearm design. It is said that she wove this cross for a dying pagan chieftain to explain the story of Christianity. As he listened, he was so moved that he asked to be baptized just before he passed away. To this day, people in Ireland hang these crosses in their homes on her feast day to protect their families and livestock from harm and fire. St. Brigid's legacy is one of peace, charity, and hospitality. She was a healer, a protector of the poor, and a leader who united people. Her life reminds us of the power of faith, kindness, and a generous heart. She saw the divine in nature and in every person she met. So next time you see the first signs of spring, think of St. Brigid and her ever-expanding cloak, a symbol of how a little bit of faith and a lot of love can grow to cover the whole world. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the life of St. Brigid. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring tales, and maybe even try making your own St. Brigid's cross this year. See you in the next video.